using your void.
Oh, Talon, very quick on the draw. It's going to be the Wraith
okay.
King. I think
Wraith
this
King
hero is
right
going to
away.
be up and coming.
Chill, you know. So Wraith King,
Right.
you know, farm your Radiance, go late game.
Right. And also we'll see how things get going here as we on our way with game number 1, folks. ESL One Raleigh, the group stage, kicking off with Group A. Talon taking on Team Liquid. Liquid, of course, with a stand-in. Nisha unable to join the team. And so instead we have Bryle standing in on this game for him. It'll be him on the mid lane, Tiny.
Yeah,
Talon
Tiny
playing
into Mikoto's Ember Spirit. I think this lane should be anyone's lane, you know. It'd be like I don't know if you're gonna see a kill, but probably just trading farm, getting, you know, runes and etc. And right now Talon's trying to be sneaky with this bounty, you know. A position 5 bounty under something you don't see that often, but it's pretty good against Keeper of Light in the lane and in the game itself.
That physical damage, getting on top of him with the slows and
He's gonna
the little mini
steal a rune
stuns.
here, it seems. Let's see.
I think he's got the cooldown for it. I reckon he might be okay.
3 runes.
Oh, actually,
Talon.
they're going to go fighting here a little bit. Insania is going to get out of harm's way. No gush leveled.
Can see is always limited, so you need to anticipate your enemy's moves.
Here we go.
6
6 minute fight.
Let's
for
go,
the
rune
runes.
fight.
Spawns bottom. It's going to be only an illusion rune that Makoto snags, but he does find Boxy down here. Cuckoo,
Oh,
he's
it's
been
first
following
blood.
him, snipes the
That's
courier
huge.
that had the brown boots, and it's going to be first blood for Makoto, who's starting to
Yep.
really put on the hurt, by the way, on Bryle, just whittling him down with these infused raindrops to use, as he's going to force another
Forces
sentry.
That's nice.
Boxy, he's got another blinding light here, pushing him back into the waiting
that was
arms
very
of
good.
the void.
Not push back.
Far, I mean, I would say Winter fairly even out of the laning stage. Everyone maybe just farming their way towards their first item, as Cuckoo trying to hide behind a tree here. Dark Ascension is used. Saberlight coming from the Roche pit now, as he does have eyes on Cuckoo. Shadow Walk available in 7 more seconds, and the blinding light guarantees he never sees the light of day.
I think you.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, Bryle's still just about halfway towards his Blink Dagger. We seem to be brewing up for a fight down bottom, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Everything else is just a bit farther away, like this Radiance for the Wraith King, the Battle Fear for the Ursa, a Saberlight. They're going to go in on him now down bottom. Cuckoo, setting up for this one as Joachim hits him with that power shot, and the Shackles guarantees the kill. Almost losing the life there on Natsume, but he had the wand charges. He's going to be A-okay. Looks like we might start to farm these stacks now. Rune spawns top yet again. It's the haste rune as Makoto decides to make his way on in. That's the kill shot on Boxy. WS grabs that haste, dives under the tower here. Doesn't actually have the Ravage. Now finally
He
gets
has
the level
Ravage
in it.
now.
Bryle, alive for now, is Insania. He'll rotate on through and set up the cogs to provide some sort of makeshift defense. That's going to allow Bryle to walk away healthy. But a scary moment for him there.
Yeah, could you see there's something important that might happen around the map, especially around the mid lane, you know, mid tower, tier 1 tower. You'll be there, you know, to help us.
Anticipation. And I have to say, Winter, it's pretty remarkably fairly low XP for all the supports here. Insania finally has hit level 6, but we still don't actually have track online for Cuckoo. This, as he leads his team in a smoke down
Yeah,
bottom.
he
it
didn't
seems
kill
like they're
enough careers, you know.
That's true. They're going to go for Saberlight, though. Insania, he is chasing the smoke, but he's going to be a bit too far back.
He's pretty
to break
tanky,
it.
though.
Yeah, he's got a
Helm of
Vanguard. He's actually going to go
Vanguard.
for the full Crimson, by the way.
Huh, full Crimson right away. Crimson Rush here, just against the Wraith King. I think it's pretty good here. Good against the Ember, good against the Wind Ranger with with the Focus Fire as well.
very
So
true.
blocks a lot of the damage.
Speaking of the Ember, and
Insania.
he's found Insania. Power cog set up very nicely there as a third, even
Oh,
fourth
nice
cog
bounce.
pushback burns all the mana from Makoto. Not enough, though. He still had the bottle charges, and that
Yeah,
last plate of his
so
puts
much
him in the
damage
dirt.
with that
However, there was a
last one.
recall down bottom. They bring Bryle in surprisingly. They catch Natsume. That's his first life on the reincarnation. We have a Dark Ascension. Should we want to go for it now? As the Shackle Shot does not find a creep or a tree. Cuckoo.
That long.
Yeah.
But the Ember's very strong. He gets another rune. Insania hooks in.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, they're going in mid lane. trying to fight here for the runes, keep this tower alive a bit longer.
Regretting his decision a little now.
Yeah, just a bit. Continuing to harass him. Bryle, though, coming up from the high ground, looking for a toss back, but slowed by the power shot. They're going to turn for him now. Toss in place, shackles. They still have the Syrian chains as well, but a very nice blinding light does buy him a bit more time. Bryle going back on in, wants this toss, does find it. Mickey starting to pump in the damage, and they have a kill. Il Saberlight getting in there with that crippling fear silence. They find both of them as Liquid. He'll dive the tower, looking for more now. Saberlight leading the charge. Mickey ready to go again with another Earth shot to set up for his own double kill. Very nice sequence of events there for Liquid.
Yeah, that was very nice. They brought the numbers there. Because TALON...
We'll use it now. Check out this full Crimson Guard that Saberlight's spotting too, by the way.
Oh, top lane. Natsumi in trouble. He has no ultimate.
He does not. WS ready to go. He's TP top. He still has this Ravage ready to go, but can't really use it now on Mickey. That's going to be the kill for sure onto Natsumi as WS finished off just as quickly. Mickey on a killing spree already. Saberlight going for more. Bryles just had his Blink Dagger delivered, and he's putting it to great use. What a lovely toss. Another one's basically ready thanks to the recall from Boxy as Mickey still collects the double kill. TALON, they're getting absolutely run over by this Ursa, this sharp timing.
They are just getting out
fight here as well. You can see he's got other places to be at the moment. Counter smoke now by TALON Esports as they want to try and take this fight as the Amplified Damage Rune is running out. Looks like Insania is going to run Fist first into Natsumi. Quick little chain stun here onto that hook shot. Really won't be enough to save Insania. He will fall to Natsumi. What else can they find? The Syrian Chains actually gets a Saberlight here. Boxy does not have ult, but he does have this blinding light. As in goes Bryle on the Blink Dagger. They get the kill on Ajokum. I won't get it much further, though. They're hunting top.
It's always nice, you know, in the middle of the team fight. Just
I don't think they can get this kill. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not a basher that he's building. It's a BKB, but a good effort. Meanwhile, back down bottom, Bryle's in a bit of trouble. He has got that Crimson Guard buff, nothing to dispel it, but those stuns, the lockdown significant. Box is going to TP himself in, try and buy Bryle a little bit more time, but it's only going to result in his own death. A very noble sacrifice there by Boxy. Lowered in the grave together, you know?
Yeah, if you die together, you know. You go in the grave together.
Go.
If you're the only one in the grave, then I'm going to be the subject of some yelling after the game, you know, so I'd rather not.
Yeah, definitely. Careful here, Mickey hunting Cuckoo under a ward.
Okay, he's going to kill him actually.
Yeah, free kill. He's got a BKB here on Mickey. He's really not scared. Incredibly farmed on Fuzzy Wuzzy. Roche might just be the target now as he casually walks through the mid lane.
Could be risky though. Okay.
Initiates here. Mickey's going to give chase. Does catch him inside of the cogs. Bryle tossing in the stun. There is a reincarnation ready as Bryle finds a beautiful toss. Tosses Jokum into harm's way. Got no escape either. WS still holding on to that Ravage. Winter, but the BKB by Mickey lasts a little bit too long, and Rage perfectly timed there to essentially ignore it. Blink Dagger in a second here by Mickey, put on cooldown, and Sanya whiffs on that hook shot there onto the Ember, but it's Mickey who finally gets the kill onto the Tide. Oh, and a blink forward is beautiful into the toss back by Bryle, straight into the hands of Mickey. They blew him up. He is dead for good here as soon as his Wraith form ends. Mickey on a triple kill. That extends his kill streak to 8.
But not in the face of a BKB Ursa.
No, yeah, he really shreds him there. And now this Ursa with an Aegis.
You see the recall again? He's going to use it twice. He pulls himself to the smoke gank, and then he's going to pull the Ursa to the gank later.
Yeah, looks
this
like
is why Koto is just so insane in his high-level game. You know?
And WS.
You see the Ursa pushing the bot lane, right? You think like, you're safe at top.
He's safe. All of a sudden, here he comes. Look at the silence, the control onto WS. Of course, they have the detection, and there's a Mickey. He's here for his snack. They eventually connect on a stun, thanks to Boxy's chakra magic onto Bryle.
I mean, if Tide lived there, it would have been such a disaster. And now they TP bot, you know, this is so quick, you know, this classic Liquid style, right? They know the Red King dodge them, and then they follow him, and then Koto recalls to the gang again.
20 seconds, it's still on cooldown here. Saberlight and Insania both going in, burning the mana like they even need it. The cooldown just not here to support him, Winter, and he is taken down. Oh, Natsumi. He's barely even doing any damage through the Crimson passive, Winter. Mid lane, Bryle, he's in a fight for his life right now as Mickey here to support him. Jokum able to wind run and ignore a bit of that damage as Mickey only able to kill him off as soon as Bryle drops, but Makoto, a bit of a tough situation here. They still have a bit left of this Dark Ascension. In fact, they've seen Cuckoo with it. Insania gets on top of him, sets up Mickey for his 11th kill this game. This Ursa is out of control.
Numbers, you know, to the fights, you know. Like even when they are able to send the numbers, it's always like some annoying thing that's happening. Oh, now we have to deal with this Ursa BKB. He doesn't care. He runs in. Oh, now he has Aegis. You know, there's always that something that Liquid has in their arsenal that's an extra. And Brow, he's caught. He's alone.
Yeah, Mickey as well jumping on in. Brow's not alone for too long. Ursa tears them apart. The Ravage, though, catching them off guard, but the heals out from the blinding light actually keeping Bryle alive. As long as the Pavisis, he is good to go, Winter. WS, he goes down. They don't even lose the Tiny as Mickey running rampant on the backlines. They see Cuckoo on the sentry. Cuckoo running for his life, but there is just nothing he can do. It's not his fault. Mickey is 12-0-4 on this Ursa.
It's
cannot stop him.
Fault.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, I mean, on map and you're playing into a Kotal, you can never get the wave out to force them to defend because there's recall. So if you're losing the game, you can't avoid the fights. You can't dodge. You just have to run into them. This is why the earlier fights where they lost, especially the mid one when they're pressuring with 3 heroes, and here we see Wind Ranger going down. That was so important, and it was so, you know, important for them to be able to not lose those fights, you know, with the Ravage especially, you know. Now you can't really do much into the Kotal when you're losing the fights. You can't dodge.
And it feels so bad now. I mean, you don't have even Ravage for a minute. You also don't have Reincarnation for a minute. And Mickey is just tearing Cuckoo apart. His 13th kill of the game. Look at Insania go. Saberlight commits the Dark Ascension. They have perfect vision. They know Talon aren't going to fight this. They're going to take their sweet time. Enjoy some takoyaki courtesy of WS.
Time to ban the Kotal.
And you never know. Yeah, he's getting ready.
He's
recalling himself out. Yeah, he's gone.
This is just so BS, man.
Yeah, there it goes. WS is hunting him, but there is no Coddle down here. In the meantime, Cuckoo, he's going to get scouted. Yep. And
guess what? Kotal's not alone.
What did Mickey even do to deserve that kill? I don't know, but Boxy made sure that he got it.
Oh, the fact that he showed up mid lane to defend the tower and won his team an all-important fight. Yes, sir, he deserves.
Ridiculous game here by Mickey. Involved in 20 of 25 kills.
When your carry player is involved in literally almost every kill, you give him whatever kill he wants.
It's all his. WS, he's got a Ghost Scepter. You see there's a lot these days. It's not really too crazy, but Mickey, he's going to jump forward. He's got the inner range. Makoto knows he can do nothing to save him here. The Glimmer Cape buying WS a little bit of time. Tumblr's going up to the high ground. Mickey mexes it up, actually, and WS is able to escape.
Wow, they actually didn't land the power comps push. So, Tide gets out.
Come. Nice little spot there in the trees. Talon showing off the movement here a bit. Do evade death.
Yeah, they're showing all the new hiding spots, all those changes. Like,
can they kill Mickey here? Oh, he gets the blink away. He's completely alone, but he's got a BKB. He's got an MKV, a Basher. Coddle can always recall onto him. No, we'll find Boxy instead. Boxy. Will he die here? He still has blinding lights. Healing himself a bit. Yeah, okay. He is going to go down.
Who is he recalling?
Nobody at this rate. But careful here, Mickey. He's going to get scouted. Cuckoo, he's seen him. Mickey, you know something's up, but his team, he's coming through the gate. Very good power cogs here by Insania. Bryle's going to blink on in. Cuckoo's immediately bursted. WS, he has a Ravage. We'll go ahead and release that. It's pretty good damage now on Mickey. He didn't get the BKB or the enrage off, but he's going to turn now and fight. Jokum doing what he can now with the focus fire, and Natsumi is going to land the killing blow. Saberlight finally joining the fight, doing some good damage here, but Natsumi able to outlast them all as Bryle, he's going to force the BKB. Makoto out of mana, out of remnants, but too tanky as Bryle, he's going to have to punch out of this fight with the BKB TP away. Liquid, they are finally losing a fight here. Signs of life from Talon. Natsumi jumps on a Saberlight, but he's just too darn tank. Ridiculous.
Why pick Io when there's Kotal?
Honestly, too true. Too true at the moment. Careful here.
Yeah, Talon, you see? Again.
They will see Bryle. But Saberlight, he's ready to go. He's got Dark Ascension in 7 more seconds alongside the BKB. Insania kick things off now with the hook shot. Force staff out from Jokum. There's a second as Makoto able to hold on to his BKB charge. Not forced to use it quite yet. There's TALON. There's the whole team. That is going to trigger the retreat. Makoto doesn't want any of that.
So infuriating. You know, they're just pushing the waves, they're showing because they are showing on all 3 lanes, right? You think that against a normal team in a normal game, you would think that it's safe.
Ryle, Avalanche.
Oh no, bash.
Secure the room.
Bash.
The bash, though, it's in the river. They almost killed off Makoto already. Mickey, he's giving chase. He wants to find this kill. At least the stun comes through, but not before the Abyssal Blade. So Kuku is going absolutely nowhere as he just throws down traps in his dying breaths. His 10th death of the game here on the Bounty Hunter. Tough game to be a bounty. Yeah. Get him anytime, anywhere. How do you want it? Special? Of course. Dogging special, please, boss. They're under reward here. Mickey, he might just 1v3. He doesn't have a BKB. It's in his backpack.
He's not alone. Come on,
to
it's
Jokum. And that's true. He's not alone. Boxy, he's recalling the whole team in. It's a party, and Insania is here to kick things off with that hook shot. What a beautiful initiation. Both supports already done. Bryle, he's jumping in, finds the toss back. It's on to Natsumi. They're going to be able to try and take down him on his first life. WS holding on to the Ravage, gives him the Glimmer Cape buff. He's got to wait out these BKB charges. Mickey, he looks like he's ready to go right on in. Natsumi does get the blink out, but he will not have another reincarnation for 2 minutes.
Yep, I know the answer to the question now you were asking me before. What does Natsumi need? AC and Nullifier. He needs the Nullifier to remove the Solar, the Crimson, everything
the
annoying.
4 staffs.
All the annoying stuff.
Ryle. Oh, no way. He finds another stun in into the Abyssal. He's just dead. Makoto, no chance to use the BKB. Ryle says, this one's for all the haters. It's been 1 year practicing the combo, boys. Catching Makoto. What you know about taking a year off? Holy. What a catch.
Yeah, tough, tough for Talon. They have to figure out what to fix, for the next game, I mean, by no means they are totally out here, but it's definitely looking really, really grim.
You gave me TP away, but guess what? Mickey is here. You thought Mickey was pushing your tier 3 mid? No, actually, he's not. Boxy decided that he's here now, and there's absolutely nothing he can do about that, but die.
Yeah, he's just trying to finish off it. I mean, he got his AC, but yeah, dying there, definitely not the thing that he wanted after using BKB. I mean, he is level 20, so he has actually a lot of damage now with the 60. He has chosen to go for the attack speed. So he can actually kill the supports pretty quickly. But he still needs a Nullifier, I think. I mean, as long as there's a Crimson Guard, the nice Shackle.
US waiting on that Ravage. Tier 3 tower, the last one already gone. Mickey will be forced away. They've got the anchor on him now, but Bryle's going to hit that tied with the silence actually now by Saberlight. They're focusing onto WS. WS holding onto the Ravage. Everyone's BKB. He can do nothing. And Natsumi, he's just walking through the fight. He can't do anything. Makoto, he's going to jump the backlines. Out comes the Ravage. He finds both supports. Natsumi tries to jump him. Boxy with a huge shield finished off by the kill shot of Joker from long range. A good start here. How much more can they get? They're aiming for both supports now, but Mickey, he's doing the same. That's both Liquid supports down. Natsumi trying to still fight through this one, but that's already going to be his second life done and dusted, Winter. Dead for 70 seconds. WS still alive here. Makoto back in the base. He remnants back out. He thinks he can still take this fight. A buyback now, a second here, as that's WS's dieback. Mickey's already killed his opponent. What more can they do here? Liquid, they're buying back as well, as GG is called. Talon, they will drop game 1, overrun by, oh my goodness, overrun by this Mickey Erster, who dives the fountain to end the game 21-1.
In the game for Talon until they get items, but they're kind of forcing Liquid to decide what to do in their lanes, right? DK is going to have a tough lane no matter where he goes here. So what do Liquid do here? Where do they put the DK? And what do they prioritize here? Do they want to just focus on the lanes, or they're going to try to pick a hero that can run up the whole draft? So they are opting to pick up a hero that can just run up the whole draft, allow the TA to succeed in the early game. So the tide is going to help the TA.
Okay.
The tide is essentially working for the TA, my friend.
I got you. So Makoto's still the boss. Natsumi is going to be a little bit more of like a space curator, almost like this Timber as well, or what? Explain this.
I think Timber is higher rank than him. I think Timber is more.
Wow.
Yeah, the Tide is actually the offlaner here. So the Timber and the TA, they are both the higher role calls here.
Do you think Natsumi's is he the kind of player that you think he can flex into that kind of sacrificial position?
Yeah, he's a pretty selfless player.
Okay.
As when I see him play in pubs, I think he does play for other people. He's not like, oh, everybody has to play for me every game. I think he does do it and he does do it pretty well. You know, he knows what
Awesome.
I mean, he used to be more of like a, oh, everybody needs to play for me type of player, but nowadays he's improved and diversified his hero pool enough and his play style, you know, to allow this to happen.
Okay, well, we'll see how the carry Tidehunter works out for Talon Esports, who got a clobbering in game one at the hands of Liquid as we gear up for a rune fight, potentially. Smoke's breaking all over. Talon, they don't like what they see. Maybe we'll settle for 2 runes apiece.
And try to go jungle and recover later. This is a tough lane. I think just Talon really understanding the lane matchup and trying to abuse this as much as possible.
That shackle. That somehow caught Insania mid-dive. I don't know about that one. That's one I'd argue about. I'd argue with Ice Frog. Take it up with Ice Frog there.
Yeah, that angle does not look like he would land, right?
Get out the protractor. That didn't seem right. That just didn't seem right here. Careful here, Cuckoo. He might be. Well, actually, he could turn this around on Boxy a bit here. Missed on that second cog, unfortunately for him. Does not see me. He will eat those Shadow Realm projectiles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh, careful. Cuckoo, where are you going, boss?
Yeah, where?
He's going to go back to the fountain by the looks of this.
Maybe he... I feel like I'm not really sure what he tried to do there.
Maybe he
they
thought he
didn't
was
have
on
gush,
the
right?
radiant
So
side.
they couldn't kill the Darkseid. I mean, Darkseid was... Yeah. I mean, he's tired of like doing the small little juke and dodge, you know, in the side.
Still no gush, by the way.
Lane.
He's going to throw out another set of cogs. Good damage here on a Saberlight. This might be a kill. The cogs still connecting. The 4th as well. Picks up the kill. Cuckoo. 2 points in cogs, but he's landing every single one.
That deserves applaud right there. The offlaner. The offlaner is a carry, the mid laner is a carry. They have 2 carries and the Tide has to babysit both of them. Stop them from fighting, you know?
Cuckoo. He's going to walk under a ward, and Brile will waste no time jumping in on him. Activates the regeneration rune. Cuckoo trapped in the brambles.
Nice kill.
Taken down.
Brile's kind of back into the game now.
Okay.
So I guess we're talking about a totally different game. Meanwhile, Natsumi,
go for Natsumi.
the watermelon.
He's got Ravage ready, and he's fairly tanky here, by the way. If we pop the Ravager, he will. Mass TP's coming in now to support him as Talon. They will lose the carry Tide, quote-unquote, but the counter-initiation looking quite good. Cuckoo traps Saberlight inside the cogs as WS zipping on through for some good damage. Brile standing and delivering on the damage, though, as Saber will be able to surge himself to safety using that Halberd to prevent a lot of damage from coming through. Lucky that Insania was not ready with that super aggressive moves as they look to try and spot a quarry here. WS up to the high ground. Will force another zip out of Brile. Insania does not drop the supernova here because he doesn't need it.
Waiting.
Very great. Very great by Boxy.
The power of anticipating, you know, he was like walking with his team and then he decided to stop and wait at that specific tree. He was reading the situation perfectly there. He knows that the team...
We end up coming through this twin gate as well, so they do have a Ravage.
Can they escape?
It's already the Tormentor down. Liquid not fast enough, but they still make
half health though. Don't know if they want to fight.
They're going to get the D ward. Initiate the stun on a Natsumi, though. He's got that blubber. Ravage at the ready. Counter initiation there. They're going to try and focus down onto the DK. Mickey, he's going to get cut by WS. They will not focus onto the Supernova, however, trying to retreat. The stun finds Natsumi briefly. Ajokum being controlled. Brile looking for a way back into this fight as Liquid continue to poke and force back Talon after they take down the Tormentor. Cuckoo, though, he's trapped Saberlight behind the lines. Mikoto blinks in to seal his life. Brile able to zip away, almost got caught by the cogs, but it's left Boxy behind. He's cornered, trying to TP out after the terrorize, but no. Cut down by Mikoto. Talon, they will lose their quote-unquote carry. They come off the better of this fight. So Mikoto's bought that full out, and Jokum, he got the shard from Tormentor.
Storm is going to have
careful here. WS, he's in trouble. Look how Boxy focuses him down. No way out. They burst him.
They got the Pimachin out. That was very close.
Brile's still sticking around here, though. Don't find much. Meanwhile, on the triangle, ooh, Supernova is going to be forced. Mikoto from the low ground will avoid the vacuum. He's missing. He missed 3 times, I think, there. Mikoto asking for a refund here on his high ground rolls is going to be focused down now. This could be very well the Aegis, as all of Liquid responded very quickly to this. WS coming in from the sides, as there's Natsumi as well, lingering with the Ravage. He will let loose now, but the damage, it's been done on Mikoto. is not going to be able to live. They focus
carries
him down.
down for Talon.
Natsumi, try as his best, is not going to be able to get a single kill here. Bryle on a dominating streak, as it's all gone lopsided there for Talon.
Yeah, that was either a high ground miss or a Phoenix miss, you know.
This time, Insania, he's not going to be able to escape. Cut down by the kill shot of Jokum. And Bryle,
Storm says thank you very much. That's what you got to do, you know, as Phoenix. Once your egg is down, you have to find yourself something useful to do, you know. And tanking ganks
shot.
is something.
Mid lane on a Mickey. He's tanky, but they've got a lot of minus armor here for him. WS looking to close the gap as well to try and cut him down.
Oh, good pass.
Bryle, big zip on in. Beautiful vacuum interrupting them as they're going to be able to focus down on Makoto. Makoto, he's just taken down. Boxy's blown him up. And WS awkwardly stuck in the river. He missed the timber chain. He'll get one more chance here, but Saberlight running him down. Natsumi, he's going to walk in. He's got a dead on the water now, actually, onto Saberlight. WS looking to turn. He's got these magic barriers and will be cut down by WS Talon. They hold their side of the river, and they will be able to equalize here just a bit.
Very nice double glimmer there. The glimmer on the tide, the glimmer on the timber.
Hoover, you know? It's like some comedic effect where like, oh, what's this? A vacuum? And then all of a sudden it's the most powerful vacuum of all time. Team fight breaking out. They see the storm. Then in the water will force the BKB as they leave Boxy behind. Jokum tanking a ton of damage.
He almost got a kill.
Goodness, almost got the kill. And unfortunately will still die to Makoto.
That was some fancy footwork there by Boxy. And somehow sneaking around, getting in the middle of just someone to pop BKB, you know, early without really committing anything.
Especially a hero like the Storm, right? Where these early
they
BKBs
nerfed it, you know, but
like
it's still too powerful. And bot lane, kick off, another governor protection.
Yeah, indeed. He's up to 19. Well, goes to Mickey.
So Tormentor for Liquid, I guess.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's up and ready. Talon will take a tier 1 in exchange for it. First return, he won't get it. It'll go to Boxy.
Yeah, back to our discussion a couple of days ago.
Wait, hold on. We don't have time for the discussion.
Yep,
Bryle
BKB.
forced to BKB here. The Yule Scepter has a setup now onto the Timber Saw. Natsumi waiting. His Blink Dagger on cooldown, but has a Ravage as Bryle's BKB has expired
Very
now.
tanky.
WS is very tanky, especially with the BKB charge. There's going to be the disarm on Makoto. Pulled back into the Sunray, into the Supernova. Makoto, no support. He's going to drop Bryle jumping in, taking advantage now of a beautiful team fight from Liquid as he picks up 2 more Galvanized charges, up to 24. Winter chasing for more. No. He's going to go ahead and take it.
I also felt like maybe he was right, you know, because if you think about how the team fights are going to happen, when you pop BKBs on your heroes, like especially the Timber. Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on. Storm. This time, no BKB. WS jumps in with the Terrorize! The Terrorize! And
Boxing the Savior.
No! The anchor out in time, the dead in the water guaranteeing the kill, but now Liquid fighting back. Talon, they will only get the Windrunner back in time. Makoto is still on the sideline for 15 seconds, so even if Liquid take the fight very deep, there's not much they can do. Try now for Insania. The Shackle actually does connect onto him, but he's still alive, needs a little bit more damage.
He's
but
protecting his
Natsumi,
support.
he can't quite reach him. All of a sudden, Jokum, he just respawned. It looks like he'll take a second death as Saberlight up to the high ground will go down, but careful now. Makoto's respawning. Insania, he will pay for that with his own life as Makoto from the high ground dealing some damage. Saberlight brings him on down, but the blink back up thanks to the refraction charges. Mickey and Saber still fighting here on the footsteps of the...
Makoto somehow manages to blink out, so he's alive. That's what TA player does to you, you know. One moment you think that he's dying, the next moment he's out.
Oh, BKB's already broke shot. Nice shot there from Cuckoo. The vacuum mode to interrupt does end up clipping Cuckoo. He doesn't have a way down.
Kill shot.
Gets a kill on the Boxy. I saw a couple BKBs get purchased here, by the way. What? Saberlight has his ready, and Mickey has his BKB at the ready. In they go now onto Mickey. Natsumi's taking a ton of damage, and this is going to be his own BKB. He has a Ravage in 10 seconds now, as there's Bryle zipping in onto Cuckoo, puts him in the grave. Saberlight also BKBs for this, though, as the Shackle connects onto 2. That sets up WS beautifully here. Insania setting up defensively now. It's the Ravage from Natsumi, but no one can hit the egg. They will take down Saberlight at the very least, but it'll come at the life of Natsumi. He actually gets a glimmer away. They instead focus for the kill onto Makoto. He is taken down. WS gets the kill onto Mickey, though. So still not a terrible fight, as they're going to still look for more. The Amplified Damage rune on the Storm does not dissuade him. Natsumi sitting on the side, did not actually hit the Anchor Smash, only threw out the dead in the water, and Bryle finally released, jumps back onto Natsumi here. The hard carry, the Glimmer Cave saves his life for now, as Insania chasing him down with the Sunray, and down goes the Kraken. on the side of the fight. Bryle regenning, maybe thinks he can go back on in on the WS, will do so now as the control and all of these brambles sets up Bryle for the easiest kill here. 26 galvanized stacks, the regen rune running. What a fight for Bryle. What a game, what a series.
AD rune the rune of destiny, but for Storm, regen is the rune of destiny. They're just turning the whole fight around with that regen. But then again, you know, it was also a very good hero to hit it, but he doesn't have BKB, and there's so many things.
Team fight,
so many
breaking out. Jokum sat out front. Natsumi, he's destroying the wards, but the backing down to the low ground. They will at least get Jokum out to safety as the hook shot from Cuckoo protecting him against Bryle, but Bryle, he is relentless. Picks up
Natsumi,
another stack of the
trouble.
Galvanized as Natsumi, his BKB wears off, focused and
Slowed
finished
by the
off
dragon.
by Mickey.
Can't run away from the Frost Dragon.
Yeah. And WS, he couldn't get through the darn brambles, controlled by Boxy seemingly throughout that whole fight. Roshan now open for Liquid. Seems like Talon will not be able to contest it here without the quote-unquote carry Tide Hunter.
Is this a Phoebe? Cuckoo? Is this Cuckoo's fault, Richie?
This one might be his fault. Yeah, that one he was trying to go for a little cheeky steal. Didn't have hook shot though. You know, you can't blame him too much for that one, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't. Can never blame Cuckoo, you know. Or can you know, Richie? Some may say,
You know, some
always
people
Cuckoo's
they can
fault.
only blame him. Some people can't blame him at all. Boxy, I don't think he lives here, unfortunately for him. Oh, the force staff? Oh my god, no way. He's gonna live to terrorize WS. It's just a freebie. Boxy, you gamer. WS, he can't believe it. And Boxy, he's ice in his veins. He says, call. I call. All in. Another one.
Yeah, he called a pair of aces.
WS, he's going to find his way into that fight as Saberlight avoids that auto attack. He's just A-okay for now, but that's the Elder Dragon form
No
expired.
dragon form. Have to run.
Yeah, he's
That's
trying
the
to
retreat.
chase,
Retreat
looking
button.
for an opening, but they just can't find one.
Yep, Talon smell the blood. They have to chase. DK has no form. He's just a man now. He's not a
There
dragon.
he is. They finally get on a Jokum though. Bryle, he's denied the kill, but Bryle, BKB's chasing after, but his team's losing the fight around him. Bryle, oh, he's gonna TP away under the cover of the BKB as Saberlight runs into a safety corner. A nice blink up to the high ground, but you cannot run from this Timber Saw. Oh, is he gonna live here? The silence, the shackle shot again, somehow connecting, sets up for WS. Twisted Chakram picks up the kill. Liquid. It's a Storm getting initiated on as Cuckoo able to escape for now. Storm, though, he persists, and that's a really nice first crown stun. Mickey jumping on in as Jokum. All he can do is just stun up Bryle. Mickey with the kill there. That's Bryle. By the way, 31 galvanized stacks, 8-1 and 17. I mean, not the flawless game, but very close to it, I would say, as Natsumi evades a death there by Mickey. That's Talon farming in the triangle. With getting set up here potentially for next row. Should be playing for another pickoff. That's Daedalus completed now on Makoto, and Mickey is showing in the bottom wave. They're going to open up with a Ravage 4-on-1 situation, and Mickey caught off guard. He's a bit upset there, maybe misread the map, but in mind if it's now or later. Well, an Amplified Damage rune certainly gives Talon a nice reason to fight now. But Liquid holding very defensively deep in their own jungle. Scan sees Talon safely into the triangle area of Liquid as Insania shooting some fire spirits. Carefully here, the initiation, it's beautiful. They actually catch the storm. Bryle, he will take a slow... No, what? How does he live? Bryle escaping death, the stand-in mirror. Seizing the opportunity here to look for Roshan, number 2 in this game. Trying to find a 2-0 in their opening series here at ESL One Raleigh. Following the kill is Boxy. He'll lead them forward here with the Smoke of Deceit. Jokum, he'll see him. Of course, immediately into the Shadow Realm, setting up for this first kill. Jokum trying to bait him up onto the high ground as there's going to be a 3-man vacuum. Makoto, he gets off at least the BKB, trying to fight back into this one, but Natsumi awkwardly standing around, can't do much through the BKB without a Ravage. Cuckoo and company being burned alive as Makoto finally focused down by Bryle. Look at how they ignore Natsumi. WS trying to do as much damage as he can. As you can see, Bryle routing the supports from the fight. Cuckoo finished off over on the other side, and Mickey is beating the crap out of these heroes. so much damage. The Yule Scepter now onto Natsumi. Buybacks, though, out of Talon. They think they can try and take this fight here. There goes Makoto trying to burst through Box. He does pick up the kill, but Natsumi dying to the physical damage. Bryle, he zips in deep. He's low on mana here with 34 Galvanized charges. Certainly he can't play like that, right? Boxy, even from the grave, proving to be too tanky. No! Stopped by the anchor. Leashed up. He will die as Cuckoo unable to connect there on that hook shot. The slow, though, gives vision that they need. That's a level 25 talent there on WS. He jumps on forward aggressively. There, it's going to drop the Supernova now as Jokum, he just burns alive. They're all burning alive. WS able to escape. Cuckoo on his buyback here, still alive, but has set up at least the cogs there. Natsumi thinks he can jump in. He actually has a Ravage ready to go again. That's the buyback now up from the Darkseer. Finds Makoto, the perfect target, but there's the Ravage. No one has the BKBs. Where's the follow-up damage? In it comes from WS as Makoto able to put the damage down on the Saberlight before he scythed up, and now unleashed in the fight. Talon, they pick up 5 there with the dieback on Saberlight, but they fail to catch up to Mickey. Talon Esports was a lot more fight in this game too than I thought they had.
Like a refresher right now. If you have to use double Ravage to kill the Storm, double Hex, double Ravage, I think you tank it, you know, if you're Liquid.
Ooh, picked up by Mickey in time. Saber looking for the counter initiation. They're on top of Natsumi here. He's got a BKB. He's got double Ravage. But there's going to be the Scythe device number 1 on Makoto. The punch is the normal punch. Makoto activates the BKB. The Ravage. Everything dropped. Everyone's BKB. Supernova is owning them. And there's the refresh.
Second egg.
The Ravage is just not accomplishing much, but it doesn't at least allow Makoto to live another day. Natsumi down for the count, though. Down good for 90 seconds. Oh, no. And Cuckoo caught trying to TP away in the mid lane. That might just be it,
they can't afford to go onto the Storm. I mean, that was also very smart by Liquid that they placed the banner to give vision, so they were able to get that awesome initiation with the Phoenix there. Getting the Hex, getting the egg, and the second egg there. That's definitely sealed Talon's fate in the fight.
Control on Makoto. He gets the blink away thanks to the refraction. And this is Talon at 25. Bryle low on mana, but again, he's got this Aegis, so he can play confidently and has the backing of his full team. As Team Liquid, they may just look for the game-ending push now, assaulting the Tier 4 towers. WS, he's pushing out that wave top lane, trying to do anything he can to extend the game duration, but Makoto, he's being routed away in the trees. A third hero dead now, no buyback. WS, he just TP's right in. What else could he do? BKB available in 8 seconds, just trying to buy as much time as he can, but Makoto is not making the jump in, Winter. I think this one is all but over.
Yep. I mean, they put up a good fight, you know, Talon considering the position they were in, but yep, I'm afraid this is the end for them, you know. Clockwork's gonna be alive, but there's nothing you can do, you know. 2 versus 5, Clock and the TA. This dragon, this blue dragon is way too scary.
I think it's over, Winter. Ryle, he will end this game 34 galvanized stacks, 12, 2, and 20. An absolute game from him. Mickey as well, 12, 4, 15. It's only going to get worse. Talon, they'll throw their bodies on the line, try and do anything they can, but all they do is improve Ryle to 14, 2, and 20. What a game. What a series here from Liquid, huh?
Yep, very, very nice series, you know, especially